Here's our dataset. It has more than 170,000 records. I'm logged in as the main portal administrator, so I can edit the dataset and manage its security. I want to hide the tenant name field from all users except the administrators and internal employees group. To do so, I open my Security tab. In this tab, I can control what the various users can see. Since my dataset is public, the button Access Restricted to Allowed Users is grayed out. First, let's add the internal Collaborators group to the dataset. I don't want to hide any fields or records from this group. I can now move on to the next step. The first Filters window applies to all the users who do not belong to a specific group, for example, the public. To hide certain records from the public is the same as filtering the dataset. They will not see that dataset has been filtered. The same goes for text search queries within a dataset. Let's look at the example of another dataset from Vancouver City Portal. Search queries and filter queries achieve the same results. Filter queries simply filter the records in the dataset. I'm creating a filter to restrict the data visible to a certain category of users. Let's filter this Animal Control Inventory dataset to only display those animals for which the state field has the value lost. I search for the field ID in the dataset schema and then type lost in the window. I have now filtered my dataset. In other words, hidden all the records that do not match this query. Next, I want to filter the dataset to only display animals that got into the animal control inventory after a certain date. Similarly, I'm searching for the field ID of the date field and then typing the date. The technical documentation contains useful information on the various query languages. We also recommend testing your filter query directly in your dataset instead of typing it here in the window. Let's return to our original dataset. Our filter query will be based on the field that defines the status of building permit applications. Let's go and find the field ID in the dataset schema. Copy then paste it in the window. The query reads as follows. I wish to display all the records whose application status is neither archived nor closed. My dataset shrinks from more than 170,000 to 60,474 records. I can copy and paste this query. Now I need to hide the tenant name field from my users. Simply remove it from the list of fields. Let's see what happens. I have to log out of the portal, as the changes have no impact on the domain administrators group. The application status filter no longer contains the values closed and archived, and the tenant name field is hidden from our users. You will also notice that the fields and records are hidden for all the views of the dataset: Map View, Analysis View, API View, and Export View.